Okay, I'm gonna go live and I will welcome our YouTube viewers. Hello, welcome to the Poly Champions Bullet Grand Finals. We are about to start. This is going to be between Icyyyyinferno of the Crop Dusters and Viking the Cat from Team Lightning. How y'all doing today? And with me today is I know Funny. How you doing, I know?
I'm doing fantastic today. Ever since I've, consulted the prophecies.
Oh, what kind of prophecies? Are you looking into a crystal ball or rolling some dice or cards?
Not those kinds of prophecies. It's the kinds of prophecies that would make someone run for mayor.
Oh no, are we talking about a mayoral race again?
Perhaps it all comes full circle. The thing that's really interesting about this grand finals, I think for our YouTube audience especially, not that this is uncommon in the past few grand finals, but it's that they were literally the ones in charge of voting for the tribes that our finalists are using. It's as if they are puppeteers and our players mere puppets in their elaborate game, forcing them to duke it out like action figures with a rambunctious child, perhaps, mashing them together, saying, "Play Cymanti now play Hoodrick, now Ketzali."
Are you saying that these champions are going to be playing out a fantasy for our audience?
Yes, the audience told them, "You will play with these tribes and you will like it." And now they're doing it. I think it's, the closest thing we could say is if everyone watching could just, type "dance monkey dance." Dance monkey dance. Dance for my amusement.
I'm looking forward to this dance. What tribes are we going to see? By the way, what's the prediction that is going to be fulfilled? What we self-fulfilling prophecy?
Well, the prophecies? Yes, the prophecies.
What
Well, the prophecies were that we told them that they're going to play Ketzali, Vengir, Aquarion, Imo, and Hoodrick. Those last two tribes may not be seen, though. They're only going to be seen if, there isn't a 3-0 wipe. One player can finish it. Only if it goes, 2-2 are we going to see Hoodrick in this series. It's going to be a tight series decided by that clinching Hoodrick match. But we're definitely seeing Ketzali, Vengir, and Aquarion here, so it's going to be exciting.
In other words, this is a best 3 out of 5 series.
Yep. Let's talk about the players some. Icyyyyinferno is a repeat bullet champion. Or wait, did he get that role from winning the bracket?
Yeah, from the
Uh,
bracket, correct.
okay, yes. So this is his first time going into a grand finals. Viking the Cat is a seasoned bullet competitor. Uh, Matter of fact, he was playing and won just last month's bullet grand finals against renowned player Finite. So I think Icyyyyinferno's definitely the underdog here, having not won last month's bullet tournament. But anything can happen. What I'm very glad is that if you're paying attention to Polytopia recently, you'll know that the spawn mechanics were just changed. They fixed them. Capitals will no longer spawn on the edges, which is fantastic, especially for tiny maps where a lot of that knowledge is super useful for ruling out where your opponent is or may not is not. Something that separates the top players from everyone else.
Okay, I'm
We're going to
almost
see them both.
getting the recording set. Very close. I'm just doing some additional updates. Who's going to host? Who's the first host?
Looks like Viking is going to be the first host. Should be waiting for permission to start when we're actually recording.
Yeah, I'm not ready yet. Just give me a moment.
I'll just have the names typed out.
So who's on the? Let's see. Viking is. Oh, I got it. I got them on the wrong side. Viking. Left side is. Hold on. I'm working on. What happened? Did someone stop streaming? Uh-oh. Yeah, I lost someone's stream.
No, both players are. Yeah, it looks like something happened with Icyy's.
Okay. I gotta get it set again.
No, both players are still streaming.
Okay. So Icyy's has over here. Good. And then Viking is over here. Yeah. So yeah, so you were telling us, what do we know about these players? Viking has won multiple times.
Yeah, Viking is a lot of people consider him to be best of the best when it comes to bullet games. He's a renowned pro, been around in the league for a very long time. Matter of fact, those sunglasses you see on his profile are a mark that you were around in Poly Champions on the Lightning team in Season 5, where they won the season. It's been their only season victory so far. That was quite early on in the history of the league. But if you were part of that season winning team, you were supposed to put those sunglasses on your profile picture.
I did not know that. That's what the glasses are for?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, the only problem is a lot of Lightning players who were not there on Season 5 started doing it too.
But that's a
but yeah, Vikings.
That's a great story.
Vikings been around. He's been a pro player for longer than I have been in the league. Icy is relatively newer though.
All right, the recording is all set up and the stream looks good. I'm just gonna double check and confirm. Yeah, stream looks good. So they can go ahead, and the YouTube says dance monkey dance. Oh, that's you saying dance monkey dance.
That is me.
Let's go. Talking to yourself. I like it. But yeah, so you can let the players know. They can begin.
I've told them.
Ketzali is the first game. Here we go.
Oh, well, apparently the water bug hasn't been fixed, though. At least both players have water. I guess that makes it more fair.
I thought they fixed those spawn bugs. There's not supposed to be... Oh, shoot. Well, yeah, it's at least equal.
Well, at least they are not on the edge of the map, though. Yeah, this is interesting, because that's going to affect a lot of the things you see with Ketzali, like, their sawmill production. Getting giants like that, just resources in general. But, like Kiku on drylands, even without those couple tiles, they are still capable of getting those giants on their other cities and everything. So Viking went ahead, standard for Poly Champion's bullet procedure. He's going to skip his turn 0, which is actually going to cost him this village here. Icyyyyinferno is going to step on it first with his defender, and Viking has no way to deal with it. I imagine Viking's going to retreat it south, looking for a village down there, because he's completely cut off to the north. Yeah, definitely this is working out nicely for Icyyyyinferno. And a good example of why, our host will skip turn 0. Moving first gives you that kind of advantage. So when the host skips turn 0, they lose that advantage, but they also gain 2 stars on the start of the next turn. So that's interesting that he pushed east like that. I think Viking was imagining that his opponent spawned in the north. Dropped the defender down a few times. He's going to try to push into the east instead of the south, which is more his area
And
anyways.
they both went for org first. That's unusual. I mean, I usually see them going for hunting and then into archery with Ketz, but they both went for org. Interesting.
Well, I think that's another way that these water tiles are affecting these games.
Mm-hmm.
This is something very common for Ketzali on lakes, is that fruits are much more abundant for Ketzali than animals are. In this version of the game they're playing, forestry is like far and away like a strongest tech branch. Like okay, maybe riders into roads and such, like just those two techs. Knights are knights, cherry on top. But for definitely for Ketzali, you're going to want to be picking up um, forestry like hunting because it gets you into math, which is how you get your giants. It gets you into archery,
Mm-hmm.
which is super useful for dealing with shields and those defense
But
bonuses.
yeah,
Riders
with
aren't
those
so great
water
at right
tiles,
now.
it kind of messes up that usual strategy.
Yeah.
So, is there a central village? I don't see that. Oh, are they gonna fight over this village in the
Well,
south? Not.
this is a good time to know your combos. I saw a lot of people say that our great benevolent sponsor, JD and the Poly Calculator, would become obsolete or useless now that you can do, single calculations in game by just holding on the units. That's not the case though, because there are more complex things. There are combos here. Like in this situation, a warrior and a defender cannot kill this warrior.
Mm-mm.
So
Nope.
Icyyyyinferno is going to be able to capture that. However, if Viking attacks right now, and then Icyyyyinferno captures the city there, he can use the warrior, sacrifice it, which will lower that warrior's health enough that the defender can kill, which will give Viking the village. So having those two units there is not enough to prevent him from capturing it, but it is enough to prevent him from keeping the city. The only problem is if he picks up forestry and just chops everything, which yeah, he has enough stars to has enough stars +2, 6 for forestry, 8 for forestry, 6 for hunting. He's got 16. He can go ahead and pick up forestry and then just chop everything, since he should realize he's going to lose the city. That this defender will be able to step on it, and he can't stop that. I think his best play is probably to pick up forestry here. He wants that anyways. It transitions nicely into math. It upgrades a north city he has. Giant there. If he's gonna wisely go ahead and grab this upgrade first, because he can grab both upgrades then buy forestry. He still has enough, and then he can grab some stars from chopping down there for like a defender on that city or a warrior. Yeah, I think he definitely needs to grab forestry here since he cannot hold that village, and he wants to cripple it before. He wants to prevent it from being very
He got
good before Viking.
forestry. He got forestry before
Yep.
capture. Let's go.
Kind of interesting that he isn't
Oh,
chopping anything yet, but I
Viking
think
has climbing? I missed that. Oh.
he bought climbing last turn. Uh, it's an aggressive try. He sees all the mountains down there. I think he might have even predicted like what we're seeing right now with all those chops. And he's seeing I've got like this mountain which provides a good defense bonus on this city right next to my capital I want to attack. I want to maybe go into mining to grab a giant on the city in the south. Maybe gets border growth on my capital too. So it also gets him vision, which reveals these couple ruins around that south city. Even if he can't get it to level 2 yet, just grabbing it because he needs another place to train units from other than his capital. He's going to have to grab this level 1 city, which is going to hurt him a little bit on picking up techs and stuff, because it produces so few stars and increases all his tech costs. But it's still something he just needs to do. But yeah, it's really, even though it is 2 cities against 2 cities, Icy has almost like everything he wants. He's able to like grab forestry. He's looking at a math giant on that city right next to Viking's capital. Viking just doesn't have those same kind of resources. He's
Yeah.
probably going to still be in time to get a giant more defensively, but he, yeah, it's just going to be rough for him. So he's
Yeah.
trying to make some play, go with archers, utilize the defense bonus.
He's looking at the tech tree. He's trying to decide what.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was really expecting there to be another village up in the north.
Yeah.
I think Icy was too, but yeah, there's nothing there.
There's a really lack of villages on this map. I don't know if it's because of those water tiles, but a lot of times there's at least a central village, but right?
Yeah, there's only a room for another village in the south, or like I guess the east corner of the map, southeast of Icyyyyinferno's capital. So it may be a four-city, tiny drylands map, which
Yeah,
is
2 to
uncommon,
2
but
is. Yeah, 2 to 2 is uncommon. It's very evenly split. Oh, he's thinking about getting archery. Icy's eyeing. Oh, he went for math.
yeah, math is quite good because, like as we've already been talking about, it helps him out grabbing a capital, but also it's going to prevent this warrior siege from holding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he steps on that city and then he kills the warrior with his that one on his capital. He also wisely sacrificed his unit, I think, to um, make it an unsiege more difficult, and also it allows him to move this archer off of his capital and train a unit so that he isn't scared of the defender siege here. He's gonna push into the east. No, okay, so we see full vision. It is just these four cities.
Yeah. Well, he unsieged, so we expected that. The
Yep.
catapult was able to unsiege. So it's interesting. Icy has catapults and Viking has archers.
Yeah, and it's just really difficult for either player to make much use of the map or project their influence, so to speak,
Yeah.
because of like how far their units have to move from where they're trained to do anything, as well as with just two cities,
Mm-hmm.
they're just the number of units like total that they
That's
can
right.
train is capped.
Well, Viking hasn't even upgraded his city in the south, so he's he's almost pop cap. But Viking has access to 2 ruins, so that could turn the tide.
Yeah, I was wondering
are we
about
going to
what
see a
Viking.
giant here? He's going to.
Oh, he's gonna get border growth first.
Yeah. Border
Because he
growth.
could have just dropped the sawmill and gotten the giant with pop growth immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But he wants he sees, why stop at a level 3 sawmill when I only have 2 cities. I gotta milk these for as much as I can.
That's right. That's right. If you only have 2 cities, you got to make the most of it. So it makes sense to get the border growth and get more giants that way.
Yeah, so Viking.
He can afford the delay because Viking gave up some of his momentum by sending two of his units now towards the ruins. That's going to slow him down.
Yeah, I think he had to do that though. Those units wouldn't really have been in time for anything else, and he's just gotta hope that they give him something good. Otherwise, it's really difficult for him, with the level 1 city that's like pop capped. He needs to be able to train something there before IC is threatening a siege just by walking in with a unit. He doesn't even have to kill anything. It's also going to be difficult for him to even reach this catapult with the border growth. Normally, border growth isn't so great with cats. You're worried about your opponent getting cloaks, but here, Viking doesn't really have anywhere that's safe to even train a cloak. A pop ruin is a great start for Viking. He can get his own giant much more easily now, or at least save him some stars. But right now, immediately, it isn't enough. Yeah, I see. So this entire time we haven't talked about it, but it's been going on, where Icy's been forcing Vikings warrior out of the way of grabbing population on that city. Yeah,
Oh, he's
gonna
going to
resign here. He
resign.
doesn't see
Viking ended. He gave
way to
up.
continue.
Wow. Icy
Yeah,
and
that
his
was
catapults.
a tough game.
Icy taking math. Very nice. Good. Congrats, Icy.
Yes, well played, Icy. Seeing some immolation in the chat. The player's going wild. I guess that's the Inferno of Icyyyyinferno.
He does have Ferno in his name. There's some burning up there. Okay. Yeah, only 4 villages on the map. I mean, 2 if you don't count the capitals, right? Yeah, very odd.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Viking thought he had more villages too. I'm wondering if that. I'm sure it
Yeah.
impacted his decision to resign, but what I'm wondering is if he knew that there were only those 4 that he saw, would he have?
That's
Because I
true.
thought, like, even if he didn't have a chance, it's probably still in his. There's only one way you can guarantee your opponent wins, and that's by resigning.
Yeah.
Usually, it's just like if you think it's mental effort that's not worth spending on that game, you want to save yourself, conserve your strength for the next one. But yeah, I thought there was a potential for him to keep playing. Make some defensive giants, then come back. I see had some long-term weaknesses like that border growth city, like against hooks. Viking. It would have been difficult to make it work, but there was something there to making a stay late game. Yeah, let's see what game 2 looks like.
Vengir is up next.
Yep. And this is what Tribe Moon it is.
Oh, that's right. We're celebrating Vengir this month. That's also going to be the Polyseum tribe, right?
Yes. It means I make no money this month. I don't own Vengir, he's part.
Same. Vengir is the one tribe I do not own.
Yep. We're going to see the host get traded over to Icy. He's going to skip his turn 0 here. Oh, nice. We're going to see the skin
I
from
like
Viking.
that. Viking's got all the skins. Excellent.
Yeah, he's a skin collector.
Excellent.
That makes it sound weird, actually.
Is a skin connoisseur? No, that's worse.
All right, more fish.
What? Both of them
I
have
think Midjuan really wants to push the path of the ocean on us.
That's right.
Drylands is not exempt. It's a new map type called marshes.
Called ponds. Pools.
Yeah. Yep, we're going to see the double swordsman, just like Viking talked about last month. Double swordsman from IC2. Perhaps he's done his homework. Or, he's just doing the most common opening. Yeah, they're going to meet. This is tough. So yeah, they're going to have to dance around this village now. If either player wants to attack the other one first, they end up getting their swordsman killed. So I think here, IC can attack because Viking can't just heal with his swordsman if he wants to kill. He has to either attack with his swordsman or move it out of the way and with his other, and then kill with his other. But yeah, he doesn't want to attack. It would just allow Viking to move east and then kill with his own swordsman. And Viking's going to go ahead and grab some vision. It's really astonishing, seeing Viking's bullet accolades and stuff, and that he just, you never see him opening the score screen. He just discovers all this stuff.
Yeah.
Really organic.
Most players at this high level, like the pros, they will do score counting, but Viking just has a feel for it.
So yeah, Viking calculated it out. I can kill. He trades back. He definitely kills my swordsman. But if he trades the swordsman on his capital this turn, it's going to still allow me time with my 15 health to capture this. So yeah, this should allow him to capture the city. No, yeah, they still have Fortify in this version of the game. I was wondering, what's he going to do about preventing the siege?
Now he's looking at the score, but he's doing that old thing where you flick it back and forth. You don't need to do that anymore, Viking. He is.
And it's only been a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sees the swordsman come up. So yeah, the thing is, if he steps on this village, Icy just attacks his swordsman and moves his swordsman from his capital forwards. If Viking captures, then he uses the swordsman from his capital that he's moved east to go ahead and siege, and then Viking there's nothing for him to do. He's lost the city.
Yep, he passes the turn.
But Icy has to find that play. I don't think it's super difficult for him to, but yep, he's moving his swordsman in range. He just needs to attack here to prevent Viking from capturing.
He moved first to get the vision.
He wants to get some vision. He also wants to get out of range of this swordsman. Yeah, he was about to enter. Yeah, that would have been a mistake. He wouldn't have been able to siege then. But now his unit that's damaged is out of range of Viking's capital.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not nearly so bad. You know, maybe it can die, like hypothetically, but you know, looking at the map, what's going to kill it? Viking, I'm pretty sure he has to just.
Viking's thinking. He is taking his time and thinking.
Yeah. So the thing is, he wants to move his unit.
Oh, he moved off the village. He gave it up.
He can't step on it. If he captures, he's going to get sieged.
He can't keep it. Exactly.
Yeah. What he would really want to do is south with that swordsman.
They found a village.
Yeah. Because he doesn't want it to die to the full house swordsman. And he doesn't want like this kind of thing to happen where Icy could have moved his swordsman north and attacked. Like, you know, basically trade them off the map. And you give Vikings swordsman no opportunity to get in. Yeah, what he's really trying to do is make sure that he can step on that center city, and Viking won't have the two units to take him off of it or unsiege him.
Right, because
that's what both players are aiming at.
Exactly, because there's no point in stepping on a village if you can't keep it. So the key is to how to set it up so that you can claim the village and keep it.
Yep. But yeah, I think it was a mistake on Icyyyyinferno's part to move southeast instead of north, because the capital warrior that he saw too was in range to take the kill there. And now that he's healed, this 15 health swordsman is not able to take out Viking's damaged swordsman either, which gives Viking taking this city. So he's Icyy's doing the same stuff again. Viking can step on the city, but he isn't going to be able to. Even if, like, you know, he gets rid of this 10 health swordsman there, you know, he's still threatening a siege later. So. And
Viking's moving east.
He's gonna pick up, you know, fishing. Because those are the only tier 1 resources he has to get that upgrade.
That's right. That's the only way he can upgrade is fishing. That's okay. This is such a weird game. This map where they're forced to take fishing to upgrade. Amazing.
That was one of the things, is that one of Vengir's best ways to get population, not like, you know, cost effective, but just to get population on, you know, what one considers like the traditional maps like continents or lakes or whatever, would be grabbing ports, because they just have no other resources, but they do have some water tiles as everyone else. It's kind of reminiscent of that. Anyways, if Viking's able to go ahead and grab this in the east, he's also upgraded his capital. He's able to, you know, pick up more swordsmen now with that upgrade. Just, you know, transitioning from a game where they both have 2 swordsmen and have to be careful about it to, I just have more units than you. Let's trade down until I have 8 units and you have 0 units.
That's right. No, this game has turned a corner because Viking was able to use his 2 units to outmaneuver and get to another village, and Icyy's still stuck on that one city. And Viking also upgraded his capital, so he can make more units there.
Yep. I think that, like, the way that Icyyy lost his 1 swordsman and the stars he spent, you know, training another one, that's what prevented him from, you know, picking up fishing, upgrading his capital the way Viking did. And that's what's, you know, Okay, he would have had problems too, just because Viking has the second city. But now he has, Viking has 2 cities, more swordsmen, and an upgraded capital. That tech isn't going to be useful for anything else, but just the 2 stars per turn it gets him, as well as increasing the unit cap. That's the big thing here. If it didn't increase the unit cap, it's like 2 stars per turn in. No, 9 stars in, 2 stars per turn out. That's going to pay off in 5 turns, like way too long for most players. But because it increased his unit cap as well, like those have to come together, and it made it worth it for him. But yeah, Viking is definitely in this position. Icy, it's not over for Icy though. He's grabbing this city. He's creating a position for himself. If he wasn't able to grab another city, if that village in the northwest wasn't there, then maybe we'd be saying. Never mind. Maybe we'd be talking about how he wasn't like he had no chance, but he does have that second city. He's able to create something here. He's maybe eyeing the resign button though. Little worry.
Yeah. Well, these players at this level, they know that if they can't win, they usually resign. There's no point in playing it out.
Yeah, they have respect for each other's time, as well as each other's skill. Maybe if you're playing an absolute beginner, you can continue in any position. So for these guys, he's gonna pick up 2 different things. He did have the access to fishing and upgrade like Viking did. He chose not to upgrade. He's going to go ahead and buy for hunting to help him get into forestry, so that he can upgrade both of his cities. A little longer term investment, uh, but it also allows him swordsman right now. I mean, fishing and no upgrade would have allowed him to do that as well. That doesn't quite make so much sense. Anyways, I want to mention the fact that Viking did, in fact, get a veteran swordsman ruin.
It's hard to tell with all those swordsmen already on the playing field, right? One more swordsman, you can't really tell.
I think this should scare Icyyyyinferno a lot that Viking has access to swordsmen at this stage of the game. But
So does Icy have any tech yet? He's still
just picked up hunting the other turn.
So he's going for forestry long term. Okay.
Yep. It isn't able to help him out for a bit though.
No. Wow, this map. There's no animals. There's no food.
Yeah, not a single one. Did they? Where was Vengir's already terrible resource rates like tempered with? Were they not bad enough?
So someone in the YouTube chat was asking why we don't own Vengir. And this is a reason why. Because their resource rates are so frustrating and terrible. And, the only people who like playing Vengir are the people who enjoy poverty.
So true. Well, yeah, I would pick up a tribe if I was like, I want to play this tribe. So I don't own Vengir.
There you go. But this map in particular is, way below the poverty line, even for Vengir.
Yeah. I mean, they do have forests. I'll see people talk about, like, oh, mathematics Vengir, catapults Vengir, it's great. And I'm like, sure, but, like, what turn are you getting math? Oh, turn 17, why?
Right.
Yeah, Vikings going crazy. He did get the veteran swordsman ruin, but, also has the 2 other veterans. That's like the tight micro that you'll see from these players. They think consciously about protecting those units with kills. Like when they get a kill, like, is my opponent going to kill it? Then maybe like they hold off for a bit until you can start doing this stuff when you just have more units than your opponent. Like if you just have twice as many units as your opponent, then suddenly you can attack them, kill their units, and they can't retaliate at all. Earlier in the game they didn't have that kind of thing, so it was a lot more difficult. But now, Icy's got the 2 swordsmen right outside his capital, and Viking's going to keep just moving in with more. It seems like there's no signs of stopping. It's really difficult. Or yeah, he's going to just resign here. Doesn't see a way to defend his capital. Very well played to Viking. All right, the series is tied, so we are going to see that game later on.
All right, so Viking takes game number 2. Yeah, the series is tied. What is the...
We're going to see an Aquarion game and an IMO game, and depending on the results of those two, we might see Hoodrick at the very end. We'd have to see one player 2-0 the other player in these next couple of games.
I think we should ask the members of the chat, what do you guys think the odds are that there will be 2 pawn tiles in these drylands maps?
Well, that might actually be really interesting with
Yeah.
the Aquarion with amphibians.
Right.
Like, the one-way gates kind of thing for certain units. Like, warriors can't get into your capital, but, like, their amphibians can. And they can put an amphibian, like, if you have a water tile, like, north of your capital, they've got an amphibian there. Your warrior can't hit it. So, Mimi, Hoodrick may have more votes on the Discord, but we vote in a lot of different ways, including a YouTube poll. I'm sure, like, they were just so severely outperformed there that, we have to do IMO first. The people demand it.
I don't see Icyy's stream.
I have no clue, actually. I'm assuming.
Icyyy.
No, his stream dropped.
Okay.
Alexis, tell me what's up. Yo. There. I hear that. I know that sound. That's the sound of Icyy's stream coming.
Yay. Thank you for coming back, Icyyy.
Yeah, IMO is a fantastic... Both IMO and Aquarion, I think, are fantastic bullet traps. The only thing about IMO rate, they don't even mind it that much, the turn 0 host skip.
Right.
Most of their eco is going to come from, that pacifist monument, which, still make progress on, just hitting skip on turn 0. They're still going to get that first. It even helps them a little bit in picking up philosophy, although it's probably not advisable still, unfortunately. Just because they're not a turn 0 tribe, they're not missing out on much eco too. So I still think they're a really nice bullet tribe though, because a little slower, a little less aggressive. Aquarion's much the same with the their resources good. They're going to be a lot of like archers into the super units and crabs very late game. I'm actually really excited to see like water for Aquarion, just on the cap.
Yeah, if what do they say? If past results predict future outcomes, we'll see more water.
Yeah. I see. You gotta have confidence in yourself. If you don't, who will?
Oh! I don't see any water.
I'm crying.
Oh, no water.
I was sure that Viking was supposed to host here, but he's not. Interesting. Very interesting.
Oh yeah, Viking said I host Aqua. Yes, sir.
And then he didn't. Anyways, there's a mountain ruin. For a tribe like this is rough.
Oh.
Yeah, Viking is not going to be able to grab that village. Yeah. No, never mind. Viking is hosting. I'm blind. Viking is the one in the north. So yeah, with these warriors here, he's going to be able to, if Icy steps on the village, Viking can kick him off, and then claim the ruin too. If he doesn't step on the village, then Viking just gets the ruin immediately, and then we'll be able to take the village after that probably. So it's tough. You'd also really want to, go into hunting for archers, but he just doesn't have any animals or even any forests, so he's gonna go ahead and pick a org here.
Yeah, he doesn't have any other choice. Org is the only thing he can use.
Sometimes you'll see that transition. Players with animals like go into archers. Like you love having archers and warriors, using them in tandem.
Interesting. He's trying to decide. Oh, did you see that? He wasn't sure if he was going to get an explorer or a workshop. He took a long time to think about it.
Yeah, I think he was wondering about an explorer because he wanted to, generate some safety in his decision to either step on or not step on this village. It looks like he's thinking about it a lot, because the thing is, if that warrior, doesn't step on the village, it's much more useful than,
resources.
Stars. Oh, goodness.
That's very lucky for Viking.
On the climbing.
And he took mining.
And, 10 stars out.
Mining. Interesting. That was very fortunate for Viking.
Yes, this is usually, you'll see this as a transition in late game, but with, he just has access to those resources. That's what his capital is giving him. We're going to see mining symmetry and crabs even. So yeah, Viking cannot step on this middle city yet. He's going to have to sit back, be a little patient, and wait with these two warriors for maybe Icy to step on there. Yeah, if he steps on, he'll just get kicked off the village to Icy, so he's going to wait there. He can even just keep it on the mountain. Icy, attacking is just a bad idea for him, so... Maybe Icy's looking for a village over in the northeast there, but no such village exists. Which he should... This is something you can prove on tiny maps, now that, capital generation is fixed. Since Viking's capital is as far tucked in the corner as it can be, in those fog tiles, it's not possible for there even to be a village, because it would be too close to Viking's capital. It would be in the border growth range of his capital. So villages can be in that range of another village. Yeah, so he's going to step on it now that... Well, a couple of things. One, he sees that warrior moved a little too far in the east. It isn't doing that defense that it had been. So he's not going to get kicked off immediately. He can capture. And two, even if he gets kicked off, he has the two warriors to come back on the village. So it seems like Icy's plan was, yeah, you're going to capture, but then I'm going to go ahead and siege. The only thing is, Viking has enough units to unsiege that, so this ended up giving Viking that center city. Yeah, he's not going to upgrade either, because one, expensive, and two, it's getting sieged. No need.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to see farming, organic farming versus climbing into mining. These players have very different resources, but the ideas are the same. That they just want to upgrade their cities at high level. Pick up some crabs, and both players are able to. The Viking's going to have. Well, we can grab border growth on his capital, a forge, and then the forge and then the mine is just enough. So you only need symmetry for a crab, and Icy has enough on that south city that only organ farming is enough for a crab.
Yeah, really different approaches here, with Viking getting the early stars ruin and able to get mining, and then Icy going for farming. Really different. And we don't see any archers yet. Usually I'm used to seeing archers on a tiny Aquarion map, but it's kind of a different approach here. Oh, and there's the forge, and okay, are we going to see...
There's the border growth.
Yeah.
He doesn't have quite enough stars. Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna see the crab next turn, and then looks like he's just 1 star shy of, well, depending on what that ruin gives, anyways. I think what he'd really like to do is take a mine on that center city, drop his Bark of Fortune, get 5 stars back, and then maybe continue upgrading. If he gets another star ruin, he can get another 5 stars from the level 3 upgrade. I think it's enough for level 4, but maybe not level 5. You know, for fortune on that middle city. There, 5 stars, 19.
You're
So you'd have
counting
14.
it up. Are we gonna see? Here's the crab.
So you'd have enough for the Park Fortune free pop from that
There's the
6 pot, 8
crab.
pop from.
Where's he gonna put the
Forge.
monument? Is he gonna get
Oh,
2
shoot.
crabs there?
No, he doesn't have quite enough. Did he grab the ruin?
Yeah, there's the ruin. I mean the monument. Oh, he's using it to upgrade the city. No, he doesn't have
Yep.
enough.
Yeah,
Interesting.
he grabs the level 2 upgrade, but he doesn't have stars for the level 3.
Okay.
Yeah, if he got stars, he actually would have been able to get a second crab on that center city. But now, poor Viking to have to wait an entire 1 turn.
Oh no. Poor soul.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to wait a whole turn to get another crab.
Yeah, the thing is, that crab is right next to Icyy's capital.
Yeah.
So Icyyy is, he's the away player.
But now Icyy's got his own crab. There it is.
Yeah. It's just like where it is like the super important thing here. Because it is very, like, Viking's crab is right next to his capital. His crab is much further away from his capital. It isn't in time to stop Viking's crab. I think he's, like, got to figure out something, like, some way to use that monument on his capital. I'm wondering why he's saving his monument. I think he's trying to figure out a time to use it. Because I don't think...
Yeah.
Like, he could have upgraded either city with it.
Oh, he's
Like,
looking
unless
at his
he's
kills.
planning to save it for that south city, which seems risky.
Yeah, he is saving the monument. What's he saving it for?
Well, I'm wondering if he's just trying to figure out where he's going to put it on his opponent's clock and sacrificing like the 1 star he would have got on an upgrade this turn. Viking unwittingly putting that forge over the farm spot. Not that it really matters. We're going to see that.
He's not worried about forge spots, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was maybe like trying to wait to do some risk assessment.
He's thinking about
he can't
attack.
No. He can't get a wall and get like a wall defender, which would be.
Oh, he's gonna put the monument there to upgrade his
He's
capital.
gonna grab a wall. Yeah, he sees like a wall. He's like, "Wow, this crab's coming. I'm not going to be able to get my own crab or defend this properly. All my stuff is so far away. Nothing is timely to stop this. So I'm going to have to probably grab a wall defender."
Well, he was looking at you could tell he was looking at strategy. Could he afford to get a defender? But he went for the wall. Yeah.
He can't afford the defender right now. The defenders are also not bad at all because they help him transition into cloaks. So are a nice unit.
But he didn't. He did not go that direction. Instead, he got a wall.
Yeah. Well, it's the wall defender first because he has to defend his capital.
Right.
And then
could be an option, but he didn't.
Picking up strategy helps him out if he goes into cloaks. Yeah, it's just, first he has to actually defend his capital. If he can't do that, there's nothing.
Interesting, Icyyy was eyeing construction, but instead he went for climbing.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is, just these resources. No farms on his capital. I think he's looking at border growth with, some combination of work and mining, probably. He can even grab a crab, I think. Is that north, on a mine? Yeah, it's just that Viking would have to walk off of it. He's gonna harvest the resource. Yeah, you can't block it. So yeah, Viking is a greedy guy here, shall we say?
He has a veteran that he could promote. He's holding off.
He's waiting to try to use it for the healing. It's because Icyyy can't do anything about it. The thing is, it's made him walk off that mountain, which is going to allow Icy enough population to grab.
Right. If he had kept the unit on that tile, then he wouldn't be able to get the mine. But now that's free. He could build the mine there.
Yeah, that's one of the things about crabs as opposed to other giant units. They have the same defense as they do attack, and in the beta, soon to be an update, their defense is going to be higher than their attack. Which
Yeah.
normally, if you have two giants next to each other, they have that don't have a defense bonus. You want to attack because you're going to do like 13 damage, and they're going to take 8 back. So you gain like +5.
He
But
border
with the crab,
growthed.
oh, all right, border growth.
Yeah.
Uh,
How's
yeah, it's
what's he gonna put in his capital? Just a warrior? And then he's gonna pop a giant next. Pop a crab next turn, or is he gonna leave it open?
When does he have?
He put
Yeah,
a
because this is
warrior.
inviting to block one of his like spots to one of his mine
Right.
spots.
If he moves it, if they move the unit onto
Yeah.
again, it's the issue with blocking the mines, and then he can't pop a giant. We'll see.
I thought he was going for mining instead of into
Yeah.
strategy, so that he would pull up the crab sooner. But with border growth, he's grabbing it later,
He's trying to
and
think,
he's
can he?
potentially not grabbing it at all because
Huh.
the crab's blocking the mine now. Well, he does have farming. Never mind. I'm very blind. Maybe I'm just about his position strictly in terms of the text Viking has. Who's to say? Who's to say? But yeah. Does Border Grove get him more crabs later in the game even? I don't know. But he's looking later into the game when he feels that tells me he feels that he's conquered this assault on his capital. That the crab is coming, but he's got a wall. He doesn't need to really worry about it. Anyways, this is one of the things about the Aquarion smithery strat. One, it's a nice way to upgrade your cities, but two, it also gives you the swordsman, which usually don't fare too well against archers, but when you're a tribe like Aquarion with the really low economy, you're not able to do so much. You can't place a bunch of roads. Archers are a worse to swordsmen than they usually are, because swordsmen one-shot archers. Especially on a tiny map where you're limited on cities. Like every time you train a unit, it counts for a lot. If you need 4 archers to down 1 swordsman, and they can train 1 swordsman for like half the cost of 4 archers, and it takes a quarter of the cities to train 1 swordsman. It's just a lot more. It's all about being very efficient, all the turns and such. As well as their powerhouses. They hit like a truck, and they're threatening a siege soon on this city over in
Like
the
a
east.
truck. Well, look how many crabs there are on this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Smithery was
So many
fantastic.
crabs on this map. Smithery Farms.
Yeah, let's see what Icyy's going to do here.
I mean,
No, did I?
I
No,
don't know.
yeah,
It
Icy.
feels like they're, I don't know, pretty evenly matched. I don't really see. I don't know. Do you see
What's
an
the
advantage?
attack? Yeah, it's the attack that Viking has. Like he's threatening sieges everywhere.
Mm.
He's okay. He's already. I've been watching from specifically Icyy's point of view. I was not expecting them to have tridents like that. That surprises me.
Viking
Yeah,
has
just that.
tridents.
Oh, gee. Uh, he's kind of challenging Icy. He's like, "Hey, my city's wide open right there. Your crab's right next to it.
Come get me.
You
Come
can
get me.
step it. Yeah, get tridented, let my crabs and then my swordsman and my trident all attack you, and then you don't have any crab and you cry and resign.
But Icy
What's
can't
about
see. Yeah, he doesn't have vision on that on the trident in
yeah
the fog.
yeah he's just gonna pull back because he recognizes a trap when there's one, and he
Icy got
recognizes the peril is
construction. Is he
happening.
gonna border growth? Yes.
Yeah, he wants to defend this city, so yeah, picks up construction so he can grab a crab
Mm-hmm.
to prevent these swordsmen from bullying him.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
the thing is basically that when I see here is defending, which means that he is less free in the units he trains on his cities. He has to be like cognizant of like how that might lead to sieging him. He's even like given up this ruin that's like 2 tiles from his capital and 8 tiles, 9 tiles from Vikings. It just allows Vikings a lot more free and like, oh, I don't want to train a unit here. I want to save stars. He can do that. If Icy tries that, he's going to lose his save. So he can pick up text like all the way to
Oh,
another star ruin.
resources! Look, he got stars
That's
from the ruin. Another one. This is his
because
second one. Very fortunate for Vikings.
yeah, I'm sure that he wants to pick up roads and
Roads.
use roads with his tridents. Tridents on roads are a fantastic thing on.
Although, what in the beta, that's gonna stop, right? No more roads for tridents in the next version.
Yeah, so he's just going to train the tridents first, which makes sense, and I'm sure that the roads are coming soon when he thinks that he's going to grab a siege with them. But yeah, right now, normally if you're defending, you're not even allowed to train tridents at all because they love attacking, they don't love getting attacked. Defenders are fine to take a hit. They're gonna deal more damage to you than you
Who
to them.
doesn't love getting attacked, right?
Yeah, the tridents. If you are defending and you like Icy can't even train a trident on his capital, or else it just gets killed by this crab and warrior combination.
Has Icy seen the trident yet?
He does now. He sees the one in the center city as well as the one south. But he sees the one in the east, and I mean, like if I was him, I would be like, well, there's no way that he can, have enough stars to train 3 tridents, right? Which would be true if not for the resource room. But yeah, he's gonna pick up roads, and these tridents are going to go in, deal massive damage, take no retaliation, not care about how it completely destroys Icy's position. And then just retreat just out of range.
Yeah, he resigned. Icy gave up. I mean, once those tridents came out, that was it. Wow. Okay, so Viking wins game 3. So now Viking has 2 wins and Icy has 1, right?
Yes, now it's time for IMO. If we're not going to see Hoodrick unless Icy wins this, so I don't know if you're really gunning for that Hoodrick game. Put your arms up to the sky, give him your energy. Otherwise, Viking's just gonna repeat his victory from last month. Take it in a 3-1 series. Was last month did he 3-0?
Yeah.
No, I think it was a 2-1, and Finite said he had to leave.
That's right. But Viking has been earning a lot of opportunities to add stickers to the server. Let's just put it that way. And a lot of them involve rammers.
I gotta admit, I love the rammer.
Best unit, hands down.
If there were a unit, this reminds me of when the battleship approached the rammer and said, "If I could not have been born a battleship, I would have loved to have been born a rammer." And the rammer replied, "If I had not been born a rammer, I too would have been loved to have been born a rammer."
you kind of butchered that joke, but yes.
I did. No.
No,
Be nice to me. Be nice to know.
No, my favorite is the one you said, the real friends are the rammers we made along the way.
I stand by that wholeheartedly.
Okay, are they...
Viking, you picked Aquarion in the IMO game.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, ICC's the Aquarion terrain.
Whoops.
Well, I guess this means we're gonna see the Hoodrick game now, right? No.
Uh-huh.
It's alright, we forgive you, Viking.
I see a dog in some... Viking stream is funny. What's he posting? That's Icyy's, actually. He posted that gif.
Ela. Wow. Icy is telling Viking, get farmed, noob. He's farming him for his in-game Ela.
Ouch. That in-game Elo is really valuable. Come, you know.
I've seen, wars waged over.
Oh, true. I've seen people like, even teammates, once a team game is done, they just duke it out for that last in-game Elo.
I've seen people who are like, they have a career, they have children, and they'll be playing the game and they'll be like, oh, hey, we're supposed to send like a replay link when the season game is finished. Can you guys like resign so you have access to the link? And then my channels will be like, don't do it. They just want the in-game Elo. And I'm like, they have more important things to worry about. I'm sorry.
No, there's nothing more important than in-game Elo. Sacrilege. Okay, how about these spawns? That's a lot of animals and resources for Icy. Wow.
Yeah, I'm digging it. The difference between 2 and 3 animals doesn't seem like too much. Like, what's the big difference? They both get you to level 2. But I'm here to tell you there's a huge difference. All right, Viking is working his magic onto this center city. The only thing is, Icy's probably going to be able to take it here if he steps on it. Yeah, he's going to meet. Icy can take this city, but it's going to cost him his pacifist monument.
That's right. If you hit before,
Viking,
he's going to lose that. Yeah, altar of peace.
Viking doesn't have a way to stop that. Like, he can't buy an archer. Riders are blocked, so he couldn't have moved his warrior to try to, kill anything.
Is Icy going to go towards the middle? He did. Is he going to hit and give up the monument?
Wait, he...
Oh, what? Oh, maybe he's still...
Well, yeah, he can attack and then set up a siege for the next turn.
That's right.
I think that he doesn't see what's in the fog, though. He doesn't know if Viking can take the city.
This is a really tough choice. Give up the monument?
Yeah.
Or go for that center village. Very... Hunting. Okay, but still, are you going to hit? Are you going to attack?
I think... seeing Viking's vision, I think he definitely...
He did not attack.
He's looking at his resources and saying, these resources are really good. I want my... I want that monument so that I can pick up forestry. I think he's going to chop the forest south of his capital. That's why he got the animal there. Drop his Park of Fortune down there. He's got a fantastic sawmill spot northeast of his city. He's going to get a giant. He's like, listen... you might have captured that city, but it's still mine. It's temporarily occupied by you, and I'm going to liberate it with my giant.
I'm just gonna let you hang out in my city. I'm just gonna loan it to you, but I'm coming for it. I'm gonna take it back, and just you wait.
I think he has a plan, and it involves mathematics and a giant. I think he's creating a giant problem for Viking again.
What's Viking thinking? Is Viking thinking about taking a tech?
Well, the thing is, the tech he wants is forestry, and he's 1 star short of that.
Yeah.
Another tech you might want is archery, and he's 1 star short of that.
So would he delay capture? No.
Delaying capture is usually not worth it.
Yeah. Not on tiny maps.
Usually,
When every village counts, you need that. You need those slots to make more units. Oh, is he thinking about attacking that? Oh, maybe he'll step
well, that's the
off.
thing. Yeah, he's got the 3 warriors.
He stepped off.
Yep,
Ooh.
because he sees that Icy can pick up his pacifist monument this turn.
Mm.
He can grab forestry, chop, upgrade his capital, and then siege.
Oh,
He's going to choose not to siege because he
an
sees
icy
Viking
move
as the
down.
warriors on
Interesting.
siege. Yeah, like sieging wouldn't have worked out for him. But like Viking, he already made Viking step off by just threatening the siege.
Yeah.
I was sure he was going to drop the park south of, like after buying forestry.
Wow, this
Uh,
game is really cool. This is very exciting. They're
Going
dancing
for
around.
rider. You know what?
He went for riding.
I don't know anything actually.
Now you don't know what's
I,
happening, right? You were thinking he'd go for a
I
giant with forestry. Nope.
I thought for sure that he had really as the host player, just he's going to be the first one to giant.
A
Give that
climbing.
giant in the. Yeah,
Mm.
he looks like he wants to move into the west, explore out there.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Oh, no village that we can see.
Yeah, he's still able to pick up forestry on the next turn, and he's threatening siege with his rider, as well as these 2 warriors here. Yeah, so the warrior picks up vision, then the rider can slide down 2 tiles after he chops that forest in the south, and then move over into the west, expand out that way. So he's delayed his upgrades and stuff a little bit, but it looks like he should be able to siege and capture the center city as long as Viking doesn't get a wall here. And he gets a wall there.
Hey, there's the
Smart guy.
wall. Very smart, Viking. Very smart.
So now he's secured that center city for not just now, but this is going to be difficult for even a giant to break through.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
he's grabbed the city in the south, and he's eliminated all of Icy's units around there. So it looks like
Icy.
Viking can continue pushing for another village
Yeah.
in the south in the ruin over there.
Icy only has the
So
one
yeah,
city. Viking secured that middle one, and I don't see a way for Icy to take it anytime soon.
yeah. The thing about I think I categorize writing as aggressive play. Trying to just rush out a giant is definitely your plans are in the attack. If you're just rushing out a giant with no plan of how you're going to turn that into capturing your opponent's city or how you're going to attack them, it's not going to work out. But I don't categorize that as aggressive, really. Aggression, I think, is about how early it happens in the game. So he's trying to make it happen earlier by using fighters to turn that into a siege on that city. The thing about aggressive plays like Riders, as opposed to a play where he's still going to attack that same city just later on with the giant, is that you have to be sure that it works. Because what is he giving up? The giant was probably more likely to actually capture the city, and he's going to get the giant later. So if he's using that giant to attack, it's going to be harder because Viking has more opportunities to set up a proper defense with maybe catapults or archers in the back, or just getting his own giant on that city. And it also delays his economy, because he only has the one city. The difference between 5 stars per turn on a level 3 city, and what 7 stars per turn on a level 5 capital with a workshop is just absolutely huge. So by going for the more aggressive play with riders, he's lost a lot on his economy, as well as the chances that his attack on that city later on with the giant might not even work in a way that it may have if he had attacked with the giant sooner instead of in skipped riders.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
going
a
for
long way.
riders instead of forestry right off the bat. I mean, I don't know if he could have gotten a giant and gotten into that middle city sooner. But Viking took the wall.
Yep. So he's going to go ahead and sacrifice this rider here to
Oh, Viking got
block
a
Viking.
swordsman from the ruins. Interesting.
Yeah. You go ahead and sacrifice that rider so that because Viking had the option to pick warrior off the city, and now he can grab the village. Looks like there's no village in the South Island.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
the problem for him is it's very difficult for him to move out his units in a way that defends that city. And like if it was just warriors, like maybe he could see something happening. Like against the archers, it's still difficult to make anything. But against the swordsman, he just doesn't have the number of units he needs. So when the swordsman comes in and sieges,
Oh, and he's running out of time. Quick, Icy, finish your turn.
yeah, he's panicking. Like he puts
Yeah.
that rider in range of the warrior, like
Yeah.
right on the scout.
He's feeling pressured.
And everyone down there. But yeah, Vikings going to threaten the
Oh,
siege with
there it
swords.
is. Icy
Yeah, he's
resigned.
going to resign.
Oof.
That's the series. Congratulations to our two Peter Viking the Cat.
Yeah,
Not his second bullet grand finals.
I think this is a
championship.
hat trick for Viking. Well played, Viking. I think this is his third grand finals in a row, if I'm not wrong. But anyways,
Third in a row?
congratulations.
Repeat.
If I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. But congratulations, Viking. Well played, and well played, Icy. Thanks so much. All right, so that's it. Thanks for watching, folks. We will be having some more probably live beta streams later on this week, and keep your eyes peeled for more content, replays, and live games, and yeah, hopefully more beta reviews. So, and thanks so much. I know, always a pleasure having you commentate.
Of course. Well, I mean, I gabble.
And everyone should like and subscribe. We have memberships now, so you can join as a member for special perks. And join our Discord if you haven't already. All right, see ya. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.